Kevin, first things first, happy birthday. What do you plan on doing to celebrate your 26th birthday?
Well, talking to you guys, and then we got a team meeting tonight, so that's about it.
Fine. What a day.
Fun day. That's it?
That's it.
Thanks.
What were your thoughts when you saw what happened to Paul George, and then how does something like that affect you going forward?
I was devastated for him, just knowing how much he loves the game of basketball, and any injury like that is tough to watch. But for me, you can get hurt walking outside. You hear that a lot, but you can get hurt anywhere, and freak accidents happen. But I've been playing this game so long, and I know at any given moment that something can happen. So just knowing that keeps you kind of level-headed and at peace with what happens on that court. So it's a part of it. If you think about it so much, man, that's when you start to get scared a little bit. And so I just try not to worry about it, man. If it happens, it does.
Kevin, we all know kind of what this team's overarching goal is for the season, but do you have some day-to-day goals kind of as a leader for this team that you want to see take place? Yeah,
man, just come to work with a lot of energy, effort, and encouragement every single day. It's going to be tough task because, you're going to have bad days, just a part of life, but just try to stay consistent with that part of it. And as a leader, I got to be there every single day. So it's going to be a challenge, and I'm looking forward to it.
You're consistently optimistic about your team each year. Are you at the same level in terms of what you can achieve this year, a title, or would you be more optimistic than in the past? How would you describe it?
I'm always optimistic, and I like the group that we have. So, yeah, that's always the goal, is a title.
Kevin, what did you do with the rest of your summer once you decided not to play with Team USA? I
worked out and enjoyed living in Los Angeles. Yeah, but that's about it.
Do you feel like you accomplished what you wanted, though, in terms of just getting some rest and getting away from the game and recharging?
Yeah. I think it was more so that I just needed to. I didn't want it to be in full season mode in August or July. I just wanted that time to just free my body and my mind of it all, and just go out there and work on my game and just enjoy the rest of the summer, because I know how long a season is, and I just wanted to be fully prepared for that.
Look at your team. What are some of the things that you think you guys want to get better as a team to take that ultimate step? I mean, obviously everybody wants to win a championship. It's realistic for you guys. What do you think that you need to do?
We just need to continue to first of all, we just need to get our mind right and just know that today, only thing we can control is what happens today. If we start thinking down the line too much about playoffs or championships, and that's when we take our focus off today, and we can't get better down that line if we don't focus on right now. So I think once we do that, we'll be fine. We got all the tools. We got a great coach. We got great core guys. We got a great bench. So we just got to continue to just take it a day at a time and keep improving and see who we are at the end of the year.
Kevin, what was your off-season like in terms of non-basketball stuff? Were there more demands on your time with you being the MVP, people asking for more of you and such? What was that part of it like? I
enjoy my personal time. That's it.
I just want to ask you about the two new additions as far as, Mitch McGary, what do you think he can bring, and then Anthony Morrow, having a sharpshooter like that on your side?
Well, I love Mitch. I love everything he brings to the table. I was just working out today, and, he was on the other side of the court screaming, "Good shot, Kev." I'm like, this guy's an All-American type of teammate right there. So that's what I love about him the most. But he's just so big and athletic, and he's getting the rebounds, pushing the ball off the floor. I'm not sure how much Russell will like that, but it looked good in preseason. But yeah, he can do it all. He's very, very strong, athletic, energetic. He's going to learn a lot from playing alongside Nick, Perk, and Serge and Steven. So I'm excited for him, just knowing that this is his dream and that he fell into a perfect situation. And Anthony, just having a guy that can do so much on the perimeter, that can shoot the ball, but a lot of people think he's just a just a standstill shooter. He can put it on the floor. He can shoot that mid-range. He can make plays. And he's tough. That shooter thing is just another part of his game. He's a basketball player, and that's who we needed.
Kevin, for the first time in a long time, you guys have a opening at starting shooting guard. And I was wondering how you have seen Jeremy Lamb in the sense that he lost a lot of playing time last year when Karan came in. Wasn't a big part of the playoff rotation.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel like he took that in the offseason, knowing there's an opportunity, at that position?
I think about Jeremy that he's extremely smart and he knows about progress, and he knows how it goes in this league. And but he just wants to help us, whether it's starting or come off the bench. A lot of people put emphasis on starting, but guys that come off the bench, they finish games for us and they play 25 to 30 minutes a night, sometimes more than the starter. So it's just about how you can help the team, and I think everybody's focused on that.
Do you feel like his size, length, it would be sort of a prototypical two-way shooting guard?
Yeah. I mean, he can be. I know he will be this year as far as being a guy that can help us both ways. Spread the floor to shooting, his passing ability, his overall skill, and defensively he's growing a lot as well. So it's always going to be a matter about who starts the games or who finishes them. But, I think Jeremy's going to be a guy that's going to help us no matter what. It's going to be a key part to what we do here, no matter, if he starts or comes off the bench.
Kevin Scott talked about how he was proud of you guys for not using Russ's and Serge's injuries in the playoffs as an excuse. Is there still a little part of you that thinks what if? And can you talk about Serge's progression and importance on the floor?
Yeah, I mean, you can always say what if. You can say what if in every situation, but that's never going to make it better or make it different, or nobody's going to feel sorry for us. Nobody cared. So, especially that time of year. So we had to move past it and just realize that we still had a chance. We still had the pieces around it to get the job done. We just didn't. And just having Serge is just – he makes up for a lot of my mistakes for sure. And definitely a guy that's grown so much, and his maturity level and is also his overall game. So I worked out with him this morning, and he outshot me. So I'm excited about the season.
Coming off the season you had, is there anything that you wanted to work on? I mean, you won the MVP, but is there anything that you want to come back and say, get better at, or I guess bone up on, anything like that?
I just worked on everything, man. I don't know how many times I could say it. I don't know. I just sit there and work on one thing, because I'm one of those guys. If I don't put in work on, say my jump shot, it's gonna get worse. So I'm always thinking like that. If I work on my ball handling, it's gonna get worse. So I just try to do everything and work on it and fine tune it, but also try to add some new things to my game, and see if it works here this season. So I'm looking forward to playing and just trying to be the best player I can be. That's all I can do.
Kevin, a little bit different question here. You've played a lot of international basketball. You've talked a lot about your respect for Dirk.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, do you recall when you were younger, high school, whatever, some of the first international players that you remember in the NBA?
Mm-hmm.
And is there one certain thing that you think has been the number one impact of international players on the NBA?
Well, the first guy I can remember, first guy that's been talked about in my neighborhood was Drazen Petrovic. How great he can shoot the basketball and how skilled he was. Nobody would think a guy from Europe can play that well. And then I think that, for me, it's just opened up the doors as far as just seeing other guys coming from that area, coming from overseas, and just knowing that, wow, it's some players outside of the U.S. that can play. And then Dirk was the next up, and then Ginobili, then Tony Parker. So it just opened my mind up to knowing that those guys can play. And it's just, first thing that catches your eye with those guys, obviously, is the shooting ability. But once you see they have that toughness and the fundamentals of the game, they do it differently than we do it, but they do it right. So they definitely changed the game for the better and made it a global game as well.